Welcome to Tanda Tula Safari Camp. You know, it's a bit of a crazy time for the world at the moment. I think we're all feeling it. You know, the safari industry is in the same boat as everybody, and unfortunately due to COVID-19 we've had basically all of our bookings have had to cancel because of travel bans. So the team here at Tanda Tula we've been discussing a few things and how we can keep people involved and how we can keep you on safari, how we can keep the dream alive for you, for those people that weren't able to come out for their potentially once in a lifetime safari. So join us over the next few weeks while myself, Britt and Chad stay true to our guns and head out every morning, every afternoon, and try and find you the sightings that you're craving, something to give you a little bit of hope, a little ray of sunshine or a silver lining to your isolation or your quarantine. So stay with us and we will hopefully show you what's still positive in the world and what's still happy. Anyway, I'm Luke Street and I look forward to hosting you over the next few weeks. Let's get out there and see what we can find. Myself and Britt are out this afternoon in one of the Land Rovers, and we've come across some zebra. And if you have a look at the zebra over there where this one's running now, you might hear them in the background. Someone's not happy, maybe it's a bit hot. But we were just observing them now and it doesn't look like they were practicing very safe social distancing. But the reason they stand so close like that is just purely to help each other keep the flies off of each other, off their buddy. It's also a form of social bonding. It's just a bit of love, if you will, amongst the herd members. But first and foremost, it's to try to keep the flies off of each other. And you can imagine with zebra, just like horses all over the world, they get pestered by flies all day. And so why not use each other's nice fly swatting tails and manes and rest each other's heads on each other's backs. I've said each other many times now, but I think you get the drift. More zebra. The plain zebra on the plains. One of the more beautiful areas of the Tanda. What we call a sodic site. So it's where a large accumulation of minerals and salts and nutrients comes through, coming from the ridge down towards the river. And that's why you often find animals here, because they will literally come and lick the ground in order to get those salts and nutrients and minerals. So it's a natural salt lake. It's also a floodplain in years where we flood. Got a little family of yellow-billed hornbills here, one of the more common characters that you would see out here in the Timbavati or in the Kruger National Park. And looks like the two youngsters on the floor here are having just a bit of fun, playing with each other, wrestling with each other. We were hoping to get a bit of a sighting of them sandbathing. You know, at this time of day a lot of birds like to come down onto the roads and roll around in the loose sand. Literally a process called sanding, which is a bit strange. It helps obviously keep them clean and maybe pest free is the theory, but I think it's also just fun. I think it just feels good. But unfortunately they're not sandbathing right now, they're just hugging around. Oh, nice big ellie. Check that out. Always nice to come across a big bull elephant, especially by surprise. Just come around a corner and there he is. So yeah, he got a little bit of a surprise as well as we came around, but he's chilled out now. I think the first thing Britt said to me, is he in must? Which is just about right coming from Britt. She's got a little bit of a fear of elephants, which we're working on. But what she means by must is the elephant bull having a bit of a hormonal imbalance, which is something male elephants do go through from time to time. And the way you can tell them, other than their often quite aggressive demeanor, is by having a look at the temporal glands, which will be leaking a little bit of fluid. And then to be a little bit crude, looking at the penis, which will be dribbling consistently as the body tries to rectify this over-secretion of testosterone, essentially. And if we know one thing about all the gym bunnies, as soon as you're on too much testosterone, you tend to get a little bit grumpy. And male elephants get just as grumpy. But luckily this particular character, he's not in must today. He's just going about his business. And in general, when you're out on safari, big bull elephants outside of must can be some of the most gentle and peaceful characters to spend time with. Cheers, buddy. Right, so being on safari is not all about big animals. That's primarily what it's about, but it's also about a few trees here and there. And this is one of the more common trees that you would expect to find in this area. It's called a russet bush willow, and you typically find them quite close to riverbeds and things like that, or growing along the banks, but it's not uncommon to see it out here just in the normal bushveld as well. The reason we call it a russet bush willow is because it's got that beautiful russety pod, and it's one of the combretums, which the family combretum is characterized by these four-winged pods. You also get something called the terminalia, or the terminalia family, which only has two wings. Right, so this is the four-winged. But what's quite cool is you can actually grab these, and I hope this works, but because sometimes they're a bit too fresh and they don't tear properly. But if you grab it like that and peel, it's one of the most satisfying feelings you can get. But you then access the seed, and what you can do there is you get the seed out, and best to usually do this with a knife. And if you scrape that all out of there, you're left with just the husk. But you do have to be careful. You have to get all of that out of there, because it will make you a bit ill when you do eventually make the tea out of just the seed pod. Makes it quite a weak tasting tea. I've tried it before, it's been a while, but yeah, it's a tea nonetheless. And don't expect it to taste like Earl Grey or anything like that, but if you're a tea connoisseur and you happen to be out, that's your go-to out here. So yeah, there you go, peel it nice and easily. Don't forget to scrape the seed out, make sure all that green is gone, and then use the pod, strain it in a little bit of hot water, and Bob's your uncle, and got a nice cup of tea. Sorry. I think there's some more out this side as well. There we go. This particular little elephant, or big elephant, a bit of a shock, a bit of a surprise. So she's just standing there behind the tree now, sussing us out, just figuring out if we are actually a danger or not. Shouldn't take her long. She sees these vehicles very often, so probably going to end in a pretty peaceful manner. Thankfully, hey Britt?
Uh-huh.
Alright. Oh, more elephants up ahead. Let's go see if we can find them. Bit of a head roll there, telling us to kindly go away. Alright, sweetie, we're going. Oh. There's a tiny baby here, which is why she's getting a bit upset. So, let me turn off. Just giving these ladies a little bit of time to relax. They've got a very young baby with them here. If you look at the big female coming out on the right hand side now, at her feet she's got just a few days old baby, or calf I should say. So anybody that has a youngster that size is going to be a bit skeptical of anything that comes around it, even when you are 4 tons in size. There he is. Bye, little guy. Love it when they're this age. They've still got all little fluffy heads, fairly covered in body hair, and you can catch that on the sunlight and with the backlight. Well protected. So the main reason why we were heading out this afternoon was to try and get some footage and some pictures of our local hippo. So Timbavati isn't well known for its hippos. We don't have any raging rivers that flow all year. So we basically have 1 or 2 hippos here and there. But over the last few days there has been a hippo at this big dam. It's called Botanical Dam, as I said, and this is the biggest dam on Tanda Tula's property. So it really is quite beautiful. Let's just hope that he's here. You'd think that a 3-ton animal would be easy to see, but even at this time, usually all you can see is just a couple of nostrils sticking out of the water, maybe some eyes every once in a while. But yeah, oh, there's a buffalo. Check it in. So not quite a hippo, but I'll take him. Having a bit of a snooze now. Lekker. Which means nice in South Africa. Extra nice. I think a lot of people would think a buffalo could give a hippo a bit of a fight, but hippos are a lot bigger than buffalo, so they've got to be careful. Oh, well, the buffalo needs to be careful, that is. But just like hippos, buffalo also really enjoy water. Not as much, but it's been a hot day today, so why not have a little bit of a snooze in the jacuzzi? So we've been sitting here for a while, and unfortunately the hippo has not come out of the water, so no hippo this afternoon. But he's got 4 or 5 different dams that he can choose between, so maybe tomorrow we can try and find him, get some yawn action for all of you guys. See those big hippo teeth that are so famous. But I don't know about you, but I don't think this is a bad way to end the day, sitting with one of Africa's most dangerous animals, but also one of our most characterful animals, the big buffalo male, which we also refer to as Daga boys. The reason we refer to them as Daga boys is the Zulu word for mud is Daga. These guys like to roll around in the mud, so Daga boys. But I hope you guys have enjoyed being on safari with us for today. If you have any questions or if you have any requests that you would like us to try and fulfill for you over the next few weeks and months, please feel free to drop a comment below, and we will do our utmost to try and track that leopard for you, or find those lion cubs, or find some more buffalo if you would like. If there's some trees you would like us to talk about, or some small creatures or birds, let us know. Let's make this interactive, let's make this fun, and let's find the positivity that's left in the world. Till next time, cheers.